everybody. It is a really confusing weather day. It's a Tuesday, and it doesn't want to make up its mind. It's cold in the morning. It rounds like 80 degrees in the afternoon, and I have like fall boots on with a tank top, so I look very confused. But today I'm going into the office for work, and I work like a hybrid position, but mostly remote, and I really love going into the office because I'm so bored. Like, I need to socialize with people just to function. Like, I'm not somebody that really likes to be alone for a long period of time, maybe like a couple days, but once I hit that limit, especially if I'm just with the kids, like through the weekend, and I don't really have any like adult interaction, I'm like itching to get out. So I'm really happy to be going in today. And we've been kind of going through like a lot of little changes since the start of September, and it kind of feels like a new year in the sense that so many little things have started, and I just feel like I have different values than I did even a month and a half ago. So like in August, I wasn't in the best place mentally. I was very frazzled. I was very confused. I was on the fence of sending Lila to kindergarten or trying to figure out an alternative or keeping her back in pre-K. So there was just like a lot of mind, stuff going on. And usually I try not to operate from my mind. Like I'm a very like feeling type of person. So like if something feels right, then I do it. If it feels wrong, then I don't do it. And for some reason, it was just so hard for me to have to make like really logical decisions, because that truly is what led me to sending her off to kindergarten. So it was just a high mental energy month, and I'm finally coming down from that, and it's feeling so good. And I just wanted to share a little bit about like, I guess, where I'm at, because I feel like as moms, we're always trying to create structure in our lives. Like, there's just this desire to have stability, to have stuff, kind of set in a concrete formation so we feel grounded and that our kids can feel grounded and everything like that. And the thought that's kind of been occurring to me is that any idea of stability is like a false perception of reality. And it doesn't really exist. Like at any moment, something that was once stable can become unstable. Like a relationship, for example. I was in a relationship a year ago, and now I'm not. So we can say, okay, something that was once dependable and somewhat stable began to become unstable, that led to eventually instability. And I feel like that can really pertain to every single thing that life has to offer. So I feel that this pressure that we put on ourselves is so mental, it's so draining, it's so unnecessary. And there is, of course, a version of our life that we like to create, like just say like a day-to-day routine, right? Like something that we can look forward to every day, that our kids can look forward to every day, that can provide a sense of comfort and safety. But usually us as moms take it to that next level, especially as single mothers, especially because in a typical relationship, especially when it comes to parenting, having children, usually there's one person in the duo that is a little bit more structured, and the other person can kind of still be a little bit more free. At least that's how it was in my relationship. And so now, being alone, I'm trying to figure out the balance of really calling in that routine, but also allowing enough freedom for me to not feel stuck in my world. And it's not that I feel stuck. I think my fear is becoming stuck. So it's kind of coming from like a place of fear. And I'm realizing that this fear, along with this false perception of stability, is really frustrating to have to face every day. And so I'm trying to navigate, trying to like learn how to just stop thinking about stability and stop thinking about what I should be doing, what other moms are doing, what other single people are doing, and just bringing it back to myself and knowing that I am, you know, the mother of my children, just like you are the mother of your children. And we each and all have our own divine purposes to play out in our lives. And the structure and stability that one family has, right? Like when we think of like the ideal American family, what their structure looks like, it's like both parents work 9 to 5, the kids go to school, they come home, they do their homework, eat dinner, and they go to sleep. Like that type of lifestyle is for certain families, and then others not so much. And so to have this like idea that we should all be living in the same mechanical, like technocratic society is like seriously mind-blowing when you take a step back and you start to see like what's actually going on. So I've been dealing with that hardcore over the last month or so, and really been trying to get clear on like my responsibility as a parent and like where I can allow myself more and more freedom in my life. And there are a few ideas that I have when it comes to living a more free life, which I'm hoping one day, hopefully soon, I can start to share a little bit more on. But for now, I want to share that there is something in the works, and I'm feeling like if this can work out, I will be able to share a different kind of value with this platform, with, you know, any mothers who are single. And so I just have all of these different ideas coming into my head, especially because I'm somebody who really does enjoy being self-employed. Of course, the entrepreneurial lifestyle is something that I'm bringing into my life in the future. Like, that's not something for in this moment. Like, I'm not an entrepreneur, I'm not self-employed right now, but I think it's about creating the vision and then letting it go. You know, taking those little actions here and there to keep it alive, but not forcing ourselves to throw ourselves into something like full throttle, just to gain a sense of control or invisible stability. Like, we don't have to be all or nothing. And we can't be all or nothing. Like, especially if we have kids, our energy is just too thinned out and all over the place for us to really go all in on one thing in particular, and at the same time not worrying about the bills, the house, the routine, you know, their health, all of it, you know, that comes along with the family. So this is my little segue to hopefully sharing more about cultivating more freedom in our lives and letting go of this false perception of stability, because quite honestly, it does not exist. You could lose your job tomorrow. You could break up with whoever you're dating tomorrow. They could, you know, something traumatic could happen. Something beautiful could happen. Our lives are always changing. Like, the one thing constant is change, and I continue to fall back on that, knowing, because that is seriously the truth. And so there's no point in worrying about a structure, a stability. There are little ways that we can bring that into our world every day without the worry and the fear and, you know, the heart-wrenching feeling of feeling like we're not doing all that we can, you know, to create the best life that we can. Because having a firm structure is not the dream life, I don't think, for anybody. Because who would want to be stuck in a structure and not be able to have any freedom or not be able to have any wiggle room? So, yeah, I'm trying to get more clear on the way that I am calling things in and really let go of the worries that just seriously don't serve me. Everything will be shown to us. I firmly believe God is weeding out the things in my life that no longer need to be here. He's bringing in all of the good stuff that I want as I open to it. Because I feel like in order to let go we need to really allow ourselves to open to the possibilities of other routes and other directions and new ways of doing things. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. And it's feeling really good to kind of have this realization, allow myself to just be free in any way that I can, and know that I am doing the absolute best that I can. And I feel good. I feel really good right now in my life, just kind of living life the way that I want to. And I need to stop thinking about what other people may think or what other people may be doing with their lives, because I've never been traditional. I never will be traditional. And I think this is like the uncomfortability that comes with just living life the way that I want to. And so if you can relate to this, please let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for being here. I wish you a beautiful day and a beautiful week ahead. Bye-bye.